Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Wednesday. Starting out west in the American League, Justin Bird keeps on winning, now has 21 this year, leading the Athletics to victory over the Royals 5-0. He is among the AL leaders in wins. In the standings, are in fourth place in the AL Central. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Athletics are atop the American League West. They are more than 10 games ahead of second place. The Angels allowed only 5 hits in the game as they got the home victory against the Astros 1-0. At the start of the day, the Angels are in third place in the AL West. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Astros are second in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Rangers combined to give up just 5 hits as they took down the visiting Mariners 3-0. Heading into the day, the Rangers are in last place in the AL West. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Mariners are fourth in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. Has 5 this year, leading the Yanks to a win over the rival Red Sox 3-2. It was their 7th straight victory. Entering the day's action, the Yankees are in first place in the American League East, 2 games up on second place, while the Red Sox are third in the division, 4.5 games back. The Blue Jays totaled 13 hits as a team as they beat the O's in Baltimore 5-2. As of today, the Orioles sit in last place in the American League East Division. They're over 20 games out of first. And the Blue Jays are fourth in the division, 16 games out of first. The Dodgers got 11 hits overall as they beat the White Sox on the south side 9-6. In the standings, the White Sox are in third place in the AL Central, 14 games back, while the Dodgers are atop the NL West. They are more than 10 games ahead of second place. Zach Plesac collected win number 17 overall this season, helping the Indians to the win over the Twins 2-1. He is among the AL leaders in wins. As of right now, the Indians are in first place in the AL Central. They are more than 10 games ahead of second. And the Twins are second in the division, but they currently lead the AL wildcard race. The Buccos combined to allow only 4 hits as they took down the Tigers in Detroit 2-1. Heading into the day, the Tigers are in last place in the AL Central. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Pirates sit in third place in the National League Central Division, 18 games out of first. The Atlanta Braves put together 10 total hits as they got the best of the visiting Mets 4-2. At the start of the day, the Braves sit in third place in the National League East Division, 18 games out of first, while the Mets are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Tampa Bay Rays hit 3 long balls as they took down the Fish in Miami 7-3. As of today, the Marlins are in fourth place in the NL East. They're over 20 games out of first. And the Rays are in second place in the AL East, yet they currently hold a spot in the race for the American League wild card. The Phillies launched 3 home runs as they bested the visiting Nats 6-2. The win was their 5th straight as a team. As of right now, the Phillies sit atop the NL East. They are more than 10 games ahead of second. And the Nationals are second in the division, but they currently lead the NL wildcard race. The Reds finished off a 2-game sweep as they stomped the Brewers 11-3. In the standings, the Brewers are in last place in the NL Central. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Reds are second in the division. They're 7.5 games out of first. The Rockies allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they nabbed the win against the visiting Cubs 5-1. Entering the day's action, the Rockies are in third place in the NL West. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Cubs are atop the NL Central. They have a commanding 7.5 game advantage over second. The Diamondbacks combined for a 4-hitter as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 3-2. As of today, the Padres are in second place in the NL West, but they currently hold a spot in the NL wildcard race. And the Diamondbacks are fourth in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Cardinals tossed a combined 1-hitter as they got the win over the Giants in San Francisco 3-0. Heading into the day, the Giants sit in last place in the National League West Division. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Cardinals sit in fourth place in the National League Central Division, 20 games out of first. And that's what's going on around baseball heading into today's action. Join us again tomorrow for more updates from around Major League Baseball.
Afternoon baseball here on the show. Today we've got a good matchup in store between the Oakland A's and the Kansas City Royals. Matt Olson, one of the league's top power hitters, looks to gain ground in the home run race. Next. Jacob Junis, a right-hander from Illinois, will be the starter here. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, you can't always judge a pitcher by the numbers. I know the ERA is into the 4s coming into this start, but he's actually a pretty solid pitcher. And every once in a while, he can throw some decent games in there. It's not easy having an ERA under 4 in baseball. He's slightly over that, but this guy's a better pitcher than that ERA indicates.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Ramon Laureano is in to start things off here as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. These Kansas City Royals entering play this afternoon, guys. They've been in a serious tailspin of late, winning just once in their previous 10 games.
Yeah, Matty V, it hasn't been the best of times, D-Bro. They've lost the first 3 games of this set at home, and the last thing you want to do is get swept in a 4-game series at home. You need to win this one.
Yeah, it can't happen. Can't get swept 4 games in a row on your home turf. Watch for the manager to he's going to make moves, and he's going to make them quick. I don't know what they're going to be.
There's a swing and a ball hit in the air, and a ball that he got every stitch of, as that one, without a doubt, is gone. So it's a solo home run here leading off the ball game. 19th home run for him on the season, and the A's are on the board first, 1-0.
You want to certainly drive home runs out of the ballpark, then you better get on the gas. And that's what he did right there. That fastball was not sneaking by him.
And that'll bring in Matt Chapman.
The third baseman.
He swings and grounds it to short, and that finds its way through for a base hit.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
Now at the plate, Kenny Lofton, and what a season he's having. Entering play, leading the league in 2 of the 3 Triple Crown categories.
This guy's got a big shot at the Triple Crown. He's leading in 2 of the 3 categories and top 5 in home runs, so that's where he needs to pick it up.
He's set. Here it comes. In there, and it's 0-1.
Hey, love the confidence in that pitch right there, going right after one of the better hitters on this team, not afraid to execute.
The 0-1 pitch. A bouncer to the left side, and that'll just sneak past his outstretched arm, a base hit. So the first 3 batters of the ball game hit safely against him here, and he's going to need to turn things around in a hurry before things get out of hand. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Darnell Mason. He enters play in the hunt for the league's home run crown, but he'll have some work to do down the stretch. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. This one's down to third. The tag gets one. On to first, and they get the double play. And here's a shot of the Athletics starting lineup for this one. Mark, how do they go about breaking out the brooms on the road?
Yeah, Matty, the thing I'm focused on with this lineup is the fact that they love to run. They lead the league in stolen bases. They're not afraid to take that extra bag. It's going to put the defense on their heels. Be on the lookout for that today.
Stepping in now, Corey Woodson. He swings and sends it on a line to right center. And this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases. Throw to second, but he's in there as a run will score on the play as well.
Batting fifth,
I guess their scouting reports on this guy were dead on, because it's already 2-0 in the early going, and they're having absolutely no trouble seeing him here. On the other side, they're very quickly looking at a game that they're going to have to fight back in.
That'll bring up the power hitter, Matt Olson. His squad has put together a strong year, and his home run production has certainly been a big part of it.
Yeah, he certainly has. He's been the bright spot for this team. Anytime in a big spot they've needed a big knock, he has seemed to be the guy, and rightfully so. As we get down to the tight games at the end of the season, his offensive production has got to continue, and he's fighting for a home run title.
In there at the knees, 0-2 now.
These guys hitting aren't in first place by accident. They excel at getting out to early leads, so this is a big moment in this game. If they're able to lengthen this lead any more in this inning, they're going to be in really good shape to come away with a win today.
On its way, the 0-2 pitch. And he turns on one, sending it high and deep to right. Looking up is Soler. This one clears the party porch just shy of the fountains. They don't hit him out there. That's a long home run. Matt Olson connects for a 2-run home run. And that dinger puts him in second place on the league leaderboard.
Well, it's very early, but he's looked out of sorts from the beginning. They've already roughed him up for 2 homers, and they're not done yet. We'll see if he can regroup or if he blows up. Could go either way at this point.
Batting 7.
So now to the plate, TJ Page. Hit in the air toward the gap in right center. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. So 4 runs in the inning, and they come on the strength of the 2 big flies. On now to the bottom of inning number 1. It's the A's 4. KC coming to bat. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Sean Manaea, a lefty from Indiana, is on the mound here. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Boy, he was awfully good in his last one, only allowing 2 hits and pitching deep into the game in his last start to pick up the win. It'll be interesting to see if he can do that in back-to-back outings.
Stepping into the box, Adalberto Mondesi. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
The shortstop, number 27.
Now here's the pitch. The windup and the 0-1. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Batting second.
So stepping in, Chase Bouchard, swinging it well in the series so far at a 4 for 10 clip. Pitch on the way.
Ball, no.
And Dan Dero, these A's, as they begin play here this afternoon, all you can really say is they've been on one heck of a run.
Yeah, Matty V. And you know one thing you don't want to do here, Dero, you've been on some good teams, not to lose focus at this point of the year, to keep the big picture in sight, because there is a postseason lurking, and it's so easy to get ahead of yourselves.
And that'll get on through into center, and he's got himself a 1-out hit.
Hey, guys, he was obviously trying to bury that slider down and in. Nice execution by the batter right there, keeping his hands inside and fighting it off for a nice base hit.
In is Jorge Soler, as he'll take a look at ball 1, and he begins play with a very respectable 35 home runs for the season. The 1-0 is offered at and missed for the first strike.
Wow, great pitch right there, right? Changing speeds. How about that straight changeup? How about that swing? Howdy, if you're waving at me.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Bouchard leads off first with one away. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
In a double play situation, you kind of expect most pitches to be down in the zone, hoping for a ground ball. So that was an interesting pitch selection to go up in the zone. I think he caught him off guard a little bit.
Hunter Dozier digging in now as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. According to the career numbers on the back of his baseball card, Dozier brings a batting average just a little over the 250 mark. Oh, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. It's quite possible the humidity has finally taken its toll on some of the fans. Back with more of this Thursday afternoon business person special following this. Now at the plate, Marcus Semien. He's had a real nice season in the batting average department, but he'll need to turn it on a bit down the stretch if he wants a chance at claiming that coveted batting title.
You know, D-Row, this guy's really turned it on last 10 games, hitting well above 300 in that stretch, so he's doing all he can do right now.
Yeah, he's on fire, Dan. Everything is lining up for him to make a late surge at this batting crown. Don't try and do too much. He's been swinging the bat nice. Don't come outside of what you've been doing.
So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Woody Keller.
You know, D-Row, Woody Keller's a good umpire, but at times the consistency kind of wavers a little bit. I'm not sure if you'd say he's a low ball umpire or a high ball umpire. Sometimes his zone changes. changes from game to game.
Yeah, he can be a little inconsistent, Dan, no question about it, but he's approachable. As an offensive player, I just want to be able to turn around and say, is that as far as you're going to?
Oh, a diving effort as it's off his glove. Oh, and he overshoots his first baseman as it's over his head. And now, oh, this ball's going to wind up out of play. And a big mistake there.
Austin Allen.
At the plate now, Austin Allen. He swings and hits it out of play. Ready with the 0-1. Think he held up in time, but that becomes moot as it's a called strike 2. So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
Hey, not normally a good plan to throw 3 consecutive sliders in a row, but this guy's slider is so good, I think he might throw it again.
Hammers it to deep right field. So they're going back, and this will kick off the base of the wall. He pulls into second safely, as also on the play a run comes across to score.
Well, the beat goes on with this guy, runner in scoring position. No doubt when he comes up, he's thinking RBI. What does he do? Double the drive and another run. This guy is a money run producer.
Now the Kansas City manager will make the slow walk to the mound. And a change is in the offing, as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. So he'll exit here this afternoon to a smattering of boos after what can be described as really a subpar performance. Jesse Hahn enters from the pen in just the second inning, so they'll hope to get some length out of him and have him stay out there for a while. And that'll bring in Ramon Laureano, as he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. He launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. The 0-1 pitch. Hard hit at third. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And the throw won't be in time, as he'll be able to beat out the recovery throw at first. And this will go down as an E5, as you can see the exasperation on his face. So that brings up the always intense Matt Chapman. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up.
Yeah, guys, everyone knows he's been slumping. Dan, you can certainly attest to this, only amassing a solid 1 hit in your entire career. But pressure's off now. Maybe he gets hot.
Heading after it is Phillips. He makes the catch, and the runner from second will tag and head for third. And he'll get into third here on the flyout, so he's 90 feet away here with 1 gone.
Hey, guys, take a look at how Kansas City sets up on D. And I'd like to focus on Salvador Perez, the man who dons the tools of ignorance behind the dish. He's a clubhouse leader. He's one of the best pitch framers in the game. He's like a soft blanket back there for this pitching staff.
Into the box, Kenny Lofton, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Oh, 1, here's the pitch. Now a double play ball here, as this is on the ground to third. To second for 1. Relay throw, but it'll be too late, as he's well safe at first.
Looked like that might be an inning-ending double play off the bat, but that was some great hustle to beat the throw at first. Keeps the inning alive, and more importantly, he gets an RBI because of it.
So striding forward now, Darnell Mason. From the stretch.
That's a strike.
Hey, as a former infielder, nothing hurts your heart more than making errors behind your pitchers. Let's see if this guy can pick them up right here.
Hard hit ball to short. Mondesi picks it up. On to second for the force out, and the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors in the inning, and a runner left. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. The A's lead it 6-0. Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. He starts the inning, and Dan, they're down 6 in the early going, so what do they need to do to claw back into this thing?
Well, first of all, Matt, I think they need to start to get some base runners. It's hard to be patient when you're down by 6, but base runners are the key to getting back into this one.
Now here's the pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike.
Hey, with this big a lead, you have to just pound the zone and force this team to get aggressive in the box.
The windup and the 0-1. Ripped down the first base line, but that'll get foul. It's 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Lifted into the air to shallow center. Center fielder coming on. But it's the right fielder that gets there to make the catch. And that's the first out of the inning.
Batting 6.
All right, guys, here's how the Oakland A's are lining up defensively. And I'm locking in on Matt Chapman. Without a doubt, one of the premier defenders in our sport. You know what? He's often compared to his former high school teammate. Bet people didn't know Nolan Arenado and him shared dugouts in high school. He's going to be at the top of the leaderboard this year. Defensive run saved. Lock in on him. He's going to make a backhand gem.
Michael Franco comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. The numbers offensively pretty dismal to this point, down in the 170s to start play. 8 home runs and 28 RBIs. The 1-0 delivery. And it's fouled away. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
To the plate now, Ryan McBroom. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Oh, and that looked like the very definition of flailing there. It's even at 1.
Man, that pitch had the look of a fastball. Straight changeup, and the bottom fell out of it.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. 2-1 to the Royals' first baseman.
2-1.
And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Hey, I'd like to see a little bit more discipline in that. You get a count in your favor and he's swinging a pitch that bad? Not good.
Froze him for strike 3, and that retires the side. KC down in order. They won't make a dent in a 6-0 deficit. Welcome back to Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. We send it down to Heidi Watney.
Well, Matt, I talked to manager Bob Melvin during the break about his thoughts on the A's hitters to this point. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. Looking at the numbers, they currently have 4 hits coming from at-bats where they were behind in the count. That indicates that these guys are absolutely battling at the plate and making it very difficult for the opposition to get them out.
All right, Heidi, thank you. Trying to pick things up. Corey Woodson. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Yeah, it's been an offensive explosion for him today. There's a fight at the bat rack. Everyone seems to be putting barrel on baseball in this lineup.
You know who's the happiest man in the building right now? His starting pitcher. He's got a big old smile on his face. He knows he has a 6-run lead here in the early going to work with. You can't let that take away your edge, though.
And that'll bring up Matt Olson as he lines it hard to the right side, but out of play. He launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. All over that one, but a little out in front. Foul ball. A runner at first with no outs here. On the ground to second base. This could be two. One there. On to first, and it's another double play. Already 2 of them here in the first 3 innings so far.
Really good pitch for the pitcher right there. Down in the zone, hits on top of it, induces the ground ball double play.
Now to the plate, P.J. Page. He flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat. Back up the middle. Mondesi brings it in. And he'll make that play look easy as the throw is in time to end the inning. Nothing doing there for the A's, but they're on top by a count of 6-0. Here's the left fielder, Alex Gordon. He'll try and do what he can to work toward cutting into this big deficit.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
And that's inside for a ball. 1-0. That evens it up 1-1. And the pitch. A ball and 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouled away. And another foul ball. High in the air out to center field. Lofton has to roam straight back, but he has it for the first out. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. So the base is empty here with 1 away, and that brings up outfielder Brett Phillips. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Bases are empty, 1 man out. A lot of movement that time. It's 0-2.
The MO of this pitcher in the early going is certainly establishing the inside part of the plate. He has been dominant. Sometimes you just got to tip your hat if a guy can effectively, consistently pitch inside like he is.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Phillips is retired, 2 down now.
Now batting, number 27.
Striding into the box, Adalberto Mondesi. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, in today's game, certainly don't get completely reprimanded for too many strikeouts, but no one likes to go down looking. Expect him to be a little bit more aggressive at the dish this AB.
Play ball.
And this afternoon's game ends 7-3. The Athletics with their 105th win, best in the division.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon.